background or you're located in which place?
Okay, Chandra here. I'm from London, so I have a SAP CRM certificate.
Chandra, you need to be a bit louder. Your voice is a little low.
Okay, I'm Chandra. I'm based at London. Okay, working in SAP CRM for the last 12 years. Okay, so that's my background. Yeah.
What about Peter?
Yes. Hi Venkat. Yeah, I'm too from CRM background.
Okay.
Uh, so functional as well as technical. Just newly got into the technical also.
Oh, great. Okay, so you're a techno-functional.
Yeah, yes. And I was asking for just because recently I finished ABAP, even the CRM technical also started to
Mm-hmm.
get specs also to me alerted as function specs. So working on it fine, but you have motivated me to go for UI5. so
Okay.
So I was got motivated by you and for whole C4C, even the UFI. So I was
Now
looking for the
the
premium.
ABAP,
Yeah.
CRM ABAP is gone. It is literally gone. In fact, SAP itself has declared that from 2017 June onwards, SAP is not going to promote or sell licenses for CRM also.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Last session you said, yeah, it is going to stop the from
Yes.
2017. It is going to stop the CRM enterprises. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. It's all going to be C4C, Fiori, HANA, and Hybris only.
Okay, fine. So are you planning to teach on hybrids also in future? Hybrids integration.
Maybe after this batch, after this session is over, maybe we can take a Hybris if needed.
Venkat, what you're saying that which is going to stop enterprise?
SAP, the SAP company,
Yeah.
they are not promoting the licenses for CRM and the CRM servers from June 2017.
So you're saying that now WebUI will be discontinued. WebUI will be.
WebUI and whatever people, the companies have already implemented and they already installed it, they will be there, but no new implementations will come on CRM.
I don't think so. It's going to happen. They're not sure about the C4C itself. Because most of there's a lot of gap is there. As of now, there is
No,
C4C.
Chandra, the C4C, they're evolving it every quarter so fast.
I know it's a copycat of Salesforce, no doubt about it. Okay,
But
it's most.
Salesforce has a very limited functionality.
That's
C4C is
what.
having
Yeah,
full
yeah.
implementation.
That's why the what they're doing. The backend they want to connect to say CRM because they can have end-to-end solution. Otherwise, these guys cannot stand in the market. The C4C. Salesforce is a very strong marketing team they have. Okay, and they can't. It's a basically American marketing company, so they can't compare. Himself they themselves agreed that because the evaluation of C4C started 2007 onwards. Okay, because the
Mhm.
your on demand and everything has started at that time. So
Correct,
they were
correct.
trying to pitch for the small entrepreneurs. But when I went to
Mhm.
small entrepreneurs, the problem is that they can't do end-to-end solution. Okay, so
Yes.
now they're trying to put end-to-end solution because of the your front end is your C4C, but you ultimately you are going to connect to the CRM backend. So at least you can have end-to-end solution, but still. C4C a lot of gaps like ordering process or other things are still it's a
Now,
complete.
now what they're doing is they are encouraging C4C to be connected to the ECC system, not to CRM anymore. And whatever gaps were there, like sales orders, sales contract, and all, now they all are in place in C4C itself. Previous release, the C4C did not have sales orders, but now they have sales orders also, sales contracts as well.
Yeah, but it's true. But this is they're trying to with the hybrids they want to pitch it the because I attended the partner meeting in SAP. Okay,
Right.
so these are hybrids is they want to push hybrids more
Yes.
because of the
They
because they
want,
want.
in fact, in ECC also, they want to give away the GUI concept. They want to come up with the Fiori and the UI5 HTML version.
Yeah. They're trying to flow rate, but they're pushing more and more, but still they are not at
Yes.
the final decision making because they are struggling to themselves because C4, if somebody, honestly speaking, if I go to the customer with C4C, I can't answer their questions, honestly, because as a trainer, as a SAP CRM guys, we try to push in the C4C, as like SAP sold, they sold for 500 licenses in
I mean,
this year.
it depends on how strong is the pre-sales of the company. Say, for example, the MNC where I work, my existing clients, 5 clients have given away CRM and they're going with C4C. They did have a tender from other vendors for SFDC Salesforce, but eventually, if the pre-sales and the solutioning on C4C shown properly, then they would prefer C4C. 5 clients, 5 big clients for my IT company are moving away from CRM to C4C now.
Who is that? Which client you are talking about? In a
I mean, they're
global
all
client or
global clients.
India?
They're global clients across US and Europe.
Who is that? Can you give an idea? Because I never seen, especially Nestle is the one guy who is going for the all C4C, and some other very few one. I don't think so any bigger guy, because this SAP sold 500 license last year. Okay, but
I tell you, the big clients include the Syngenta and PwC.
PwC. I mean, I don't know PwC.
PwC, we were supporting CRM application. Now we are going to do C4C implementation also for them.
You're talking by chance with Infosys or something.
No, no, no. I don't work for Infosys.
PwC is the Infosys.
I don't. PwC is having again multiple vendors.
Yeah. But earlier Wipro was there, and both were
It
there.
has multiple vendors. So one of those vendors where I work, now we are going to do the C4C implementation. So like that, if the
Yeah.
Hi
pre-sales
guys.
is good, then they do it.
Hi guys.
Okay.
This is Shankar. I just wanted to get a bit of information regarding the Salesforce and the C4C. I think Chandra is strongly probably may have some kind of information about Salesforce. What exactly the difference between Salesforce and C4C that you would really say? In fact, in terms of the whole process, end-to-end processes are already there. Why not in Salesforce? Why Salesforce is getting stronger? If anybody has an idea.
Shankar, Salesforce is not end-to-end solution. Okay, Salesforce is basically, it's more targeting about the like a package wise. Okay, they have more strong in lead, account management, and opportunity management, and bits and pieces
Okay,
of marketing.
even the lead and opportunity, do they have really end-to-end scenarios, end-to-end process?
No, I mean, leads and opportunity is not an end-to-end scenario. Even SAP itself is a mediatory solution. Okay, not the end-to-end solution. The end-to-end solution means you start with the accounts and you close with the ordering. Okay,
Yes, that's
that's
right.
what. So they don't have that entire cycle. They're trying for that one, but they don't have any because your pricing is complicated, your order is complicated, and your bespoke
Yeah, you're
processes are
right.
complicated.
Yeah.
So that's
So,
why they're talking. I mean, they call mesh up. Okay, so they have got the some pricing configurators and product. All these things are there. So they're trying to come with end-to-end solution, but it's not for Salesforce. They need to purchase other licensing also. So it's become like a white elephant. Okay, you for one thing you need to purchase another 10 licenses for the mesh up and everything. And number two, Salesforce is more targeting about smaller customers, not the big customers end to end.
okay.
You can't consider the ERP solution Salesforce, okay? Like it's a more CRM standalone kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. I mean, up to just a lead and opportunity.
Yeah, lead up is mainly, but they have right now positioning for end to end, but it's not a no. I mean, it's not really sitting in Salesforce. You're quoting other
At
systems.
the end of the day, what I really believe, with my experience, we need end-to-end seamless processing management within any product, any out of the box. On top of that, see, even if you take open source CRMs, they are doing pretty good. Sugar CRM, Suit CRM, even they are quite good in terms of lead management and opportunity management. Absolutely much better than the even Salesforce. If you have an idea or not, what I really wanted to find out exactly, the end-to-end should be there in terms of the long term. If you look at the next 10 or 15 years, what exactly every customer would be looking to is end-to-end scenarios with seamlessly, not to have a major problems in terms of interfaces or in terms of any other middleware problems. That's the only thing which is concerned. Well, obviously, the C4C probably I'm not really sure how good it is going to be. But in terms of CRM7 is obviously it's not good enough. It is not be really doing good in the market at all. As of now, since last 1.5 years, I have not even seen a single new implementations is coming as a greenfield in projects. That's what I really realized it. And Venkat is trying to push that C4C probably would be the best. So what makes you, Venkat, for you so strongly to say that okay, this is what it's going to be in terms of a SAP product?
See, when you are looking at a product expectations from a CRM point of view, then what all you need would be covered in C4C with a lightweight application.
Exactly, that's what exactly it
And
is. Right.
it will give you a very seamless integration when you use the HANA Cloud or the PI interfaces. You can connect your C4C directly to ECC, and from a lead or a campaign to sales order creation, you can do everything in C4C. Once you have an order created, further processing of the orders in terms of billing and invoicing, you just replicate the order to ECC, and ECC anyways has its own process which will drive the complete end-to-end scenario.
Yes.
C4C, when it started off, it was having very limited functionality. Even now, there are a few tidbits in C4C which, while designing the application, we need to take care of. But otherwise, from a CRM point of view, what I would look at when I have to say I want an end-to-end CRM solution, complete till billing, invoicing, everything, then that is feasible today in C4C.
Okay. What about other functionalities that which are absolutely missing, maybe going forward? This is a customer-oriented industry. Obviously, if there is a lot of competition, everybody wants to implement like a loyalty management or even MRC, which is multiple schedules.
Shankar, one thing is that the C4C is a very, very, what I can say, not immature product. Okay, it will take a long time, and even the SAP guys agree that. I mean, they can't say that it's a mature product. It's evolving product. They're trying to like a CRM, SSC, CRM5. Okay, how was the CRM5? You can understand the same thing in now C4C. It has to go many circles. At least they have to reach the CRM7 stage. Okay. So
even 7.2 is also not that matured in terms of the rest of the Chandra. If you look at the end-to-end, maybe sales is good and services are good.
No, CRM, you can't satisfy with CRM anybody, because the problem is
exactly.
that ECC has got a standard approach. You say that this is the way you have to do A to A, B, C, D. Okay. In CRM, it's not. It's a jumbled product, because that's why they say the guys who came from SDR ECC get struggled when it comes to CRM. CRM is like it's more flexible. You should have more business knowledge. You can do Y and X, then go for A. Okay, that's kind of thing. So that's why. And if you look at the, loyalty management thing and the, grant management thing and case management thing, this was not there at CRM 4 and 5. Okay, they started a lot of things. So
exactly, I agree.
It's keep on changing. You are satisfied with the limited product, then it's CRM okay. But ongoing changes.
At the end of the day, all these link together, isn't it, Chandra? The functionality perspective, obviously, you need to have a service request, you need to have a service ticket, integration between the master data, even if you are doing the sales processor, service processor. So that's what the customer would be looking into that.
Yeah, they have that one. So as of now, they have that one, but the problem is that they're going with the new features. So every time it's a fresh for you again. That's the biggest issue. But see, one more thing. We might be debating before the starting class, so I just stop.
Which is good, I believe. I just wanted to have an clear idea.
Yeah,
and
but
secondly, in terms of implementation cost, how does it really work, Venkat? Obviously CRM implementation is quite expensive. And what about the C4C implementation? Do we need really a massive consultants in terms of integration between on-site ECC or again cloud CRM or cloud ECC? Whatever it is, how flexible it is in terms of that?
Implementation is pretty simple, and in terms of both the cost and the duration. For example, if I need to have a CRM implementation of sales, service, and marketing, then it will go for around 9-10 months to cover all the processes, integration, master data, and everything. I can have one or two functional consultants for C4C, one middleware consultant or integration consultant, and one ECC functional consultant, and I can complete the entire implementation of C4C in a period of 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
The
and
way
also you said
go live or the way we work for implementation of C4C is totally different from a conventional CRM system.
Okay.
It is totally different. We follow the ASAP methodology in CRM, wherein we have a development system, then we configure everything into that, we move to quality. Before moving to quality, we do a unit test. In quality, we move all the TRs, and we follow a very cumbersome process, and it's a very heavy application.
Okay.
In
And I
C4C,
mean, statistically, you said that 2017, obviously, they are trying to, stop support or trying to upgrade the CRM 7.
that is
You
what we
think it
hear
is
from
going to be
SAP.
practical?
That is what we are hearing from SAP. So they are
Mm.
saying that they are trying to push C4C licenses as much as possible.
Mhm. Let's say,
Uh,
for example, we have a CRM on-site already. We have implemented a probably, let's say, lead and opportunity that whatever we have within the CRM. And going forward, I want to implement a sales process or service process within the CRM. You think we should really go for C4C again as another implementation connecting to CRM and the ECC? That would be the best way to go forward, or get rid of the existing CRM and put whole end-to-end solution within the C4C?
If you want a long-term solution, then I would always suggest go for C4C, because that is where now things are
See,
going to
as
happen.
a client, I wouldn't want to spend much time at all. Obviously, everybody thinks a long-term solution only. Obviously, there are a lot of, everybody thinks
You
long-term
you
still they have
say
like up and
you
downs.
say in your CRM you have only lead and opportunity, right?
Yeah, yes,
So even in CRM on-premise system, you need to spend some time to set up the quotation, orders, replication of orders, integration, and all those things.
exactly, exactly. How
In,
would you think?
in
How would
probably
you
half
justify a
of that
client
time,
that I want to go for C4C for this?
no, no, in probably half of that time, you can do an end-to-end C4C implementation in half of that time.
Okay.
Venkat,
There's lots of differences, Shankar. For example, you have
Mm,
pricing routines in ECC and CRM.
that's right.
Even though you want to maintain your pricing, ECC pricing, you have to
Mm,
download all the condition types, condition records to CRM, and then
mm.
you have to start using them in the sales orders.
Okay, okay, okay.
In
Mm,
C4C, you do not have to
mm,
do all that. You just need
mm.
to do a few settings, and at runtime, automatically ECC pricing will get downloaded.
Okay, okay. It is
So,
not like something which you download initially, initial download or whatever the delta
so
load
pricing
that
you do
you
not
not.
have to
It's
do.
all going to
You
be
do not have
RFC
to.
connection that connects and immediately gets the information.
There
That's
is
what you're trying to
there
say.
is something called as SOAP calls or synchronous calls. So from
Yes, yes.
C4C, you initiate a
Asynchronous,
call
synchronous.
and the
Yep.
pricing comes into C4C immediately.
Mm-hmm. And
You get it?
in the last class, obviously I missed the whole class. I just attended the last 15 minutes. You were trying to explain that the connectivity between the C4C is completely easy, and you're trying to explain about the web dispatcher. I do have an experience little bit about that, and I think
Okay.
the web dispatcher is not at all good enough to connect. Is it? There's a lot of complexity in that.
Exactly. I just
Mm,
gave you a scenario of my previous current project.
mm,
It is not
okay.
that a web dispatch is going to be there everywhere. Say, for
Oh,
example, if your
exactly.
EC system is not in any client network, if it is an open network, then
Mm,
you can directly connect C4C to ECC.
okay.
Why do you need a web dispatcher or a VPN connectivity is your C4C lies in cloud platform, and
Yes.
if your ECC system or CRM on-premise is lying within a secured client network, then
Mm.
for setting up the integration you need either web dispatcher or a VPN.
Well, that's what it's going to be, isn't it? All existing, ECC is like now base for everybody. I don't think any client would think of going for a cloud even in terms of ECC as of now. Maybe down the line, 15 years, maybe
I'm not
client
saying
would
that. I'm
think.
not saying that. What I'm trying to say is,
Uh,
if
uh,
they are allowing the client's cloud connectivity to ECC through one of the free IP addresses, then they don't need any of this
mm.
VPN or web dispatchers.
Well, security comes in picture. Any security, if you
For
go
that,
and I want
for
to connect using
no, for
VPN
that
with
purpose,
ECC systems here, they don't even agree. Security is a major thing
I
that
am
goes
coming to
on.
that. I'm coming to that. For that, you have certificates.
Uh-huh.
You load all the certificates in C4C, in
Uh-huh.
HCI, and in
Mm.
ECC,
Mm.
and then you have your data flowing through.
Okay. Is that
and
that simple as you have really explained? It's kind of a time constraint there between it in terms of configuring all these web dispatcher.
No, if
Recent project, what we have really done,
mhm.
we wanted to connect to the mobile integration with services and sales. for the manufacturing industry. So
Okay.
obviously the web dispatcher is not completely reliable and it's not at all robust. Either it break in the morning or either it break in the night. It's something like that which is completely unstable. So we have to call on board a SAP consultant just to look into that, do the analysis and give a report. And for
Shankar,
that, client is always going to hesitate all this stuff. How,
that's
see, any client wants to
how
have
does a web
something which is
dispatcher
simple.
works? How does a
Pardon?
web dispatcher work? It works simple concept like a gateway.
Yes,
You
that's
have
right.
data coming inside, it allows the data to go through, and
Yes.
you get the data in the reverse direction. It just works like a gateway between two systems.
But you don't know how the existing VPN or existing security policies are in place within any company, isn't it? You
It
know, say
depends
they
on
may
client
not.
to client, Shankar. It depends on
That's right.
client to
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, yes. Anyway, go ahead, Venkat.
Venkat, two questions. One is say, I mean, just C4C to C4C to ECC or something. We're using the web services, right? XI, PIXI.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And number two, I mean, licensing part. Okay, you're saying. I mean, normally for the C4C we pay based on the number of days, number of license. I mean, monthly rent. Okay, rent we pay rent basically. Okay, and at the time, I mean, we need, for the CRM as of now in on premises, we pay based on number of licenses, right? Number of users.
Right. Right.
Okay. Now, when we're going for C4C, so you only pay the number of licenses at like a very cheaper cost because it's a much more competitive rates. Okay. And again,
Yes.
we need to, as of now, solution is like we backend C, we need, if we're keeping a backend CRM, we need to pay again the same money, right? If we don't have the backend CRM, then only it's profitable for the company.
See, it depends on what backend you have.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is the ECC system that is there,
Okay. Yeah.
C4C, if you're, see, you are implementing C4C. Now,
Okay.
you need to connect it to either CRM or ECC, which is an on-premise system. So obviously, client has to pay for that on-premise hardware, server cost, maintenance, everything. The client has to bear that.
Yeah, that will pay. I mean, because C4C is nothing, not much expensive. Okay, that's the one they,
C4C,
that's a,
what you pay to the SAP company is
Mm,
number of users using the application into
mm.
some X dollars per month. That is all that C4C demands you from.
okay.
Okay.
Again, other costs, whatever you saying the other, these are only cost for C4C, right? There is no
That's
other
it.
cost.
It is something around $45 per month per user. That is the test tenant cost. Production tenant is slightly more than that.
Yeah, I mean, depends on like if you got a sandbox, you have to pay more, and if you got a private
Yes.
client, you need to pay a bit
Yes.
more. So
If
it's
you
all
have a
basically.
private test tenant, you pay extra for that.
So this is only cost. This is altogether it will very minimal. It's not much, okay. But the other thing
Exactly.
I'm asking, what I'm asking is C4C if you want the campaigns and the different things, everything, which is C4C is not much more flexible as of now in all the aspects, okay. The
Okay.
I
campaigns
believe, I
or
mean, the
you want.
campaign, the marketing stuff and the lead and opportunity sales is already been included within that licenses actually, Chandra.
No, they are different licenses coming for sales one license, service one license. It's going to be have the impact because they're coming with the same pattern now. Okay, they are
Chandra,
going to.
in C4C, if you take
Yeah.
license for sales, it includes marketing also. And when you
Okay.
take license for service, it includes for social media also.
Okay.
Okay, but they don't have complete end-to-end solutions. No, it's not like a flexible like a CRM on premises as of now.
So they have it as of now. That is creation of a campaign, lead, opportunity, quotation order, all these things are already there. What is not there in C4C as of now is the funds management that you do directly in C4C. You have to integrate it to ECC and bring the funds management from ECC for campaigns.
Mhm.
Okay. So going forward, you're saying that
Yes.
CRM will be on-premise. My CRM completely will be we disconnect and we put ECC for the ERP solution because the end of the day you need to post everything in finance and those things.
Until unless the client demands some niche technologies of CRM, say for example the accelerated TPM or high-tech channel management, if he wants something like this in his process, then he cannot give away CRM on premise. But if he is not expecting these kind of niche solutions, then he can directly go C4C and ECC itself.
So if somebody wants to convince the client, you can say that everything. I mean, okay, functionality now. As per your statement, 90% is CRM on premises. Everything is there. Okay. When comparing the CRM with the on premises, sorry, C4C versus on premises, you're saying 90% is available in C4C. Okay.
See, I'm not saying 90% of the functionality, Chandra. What I'm
I'm
trying to
saying that.
say is,
No, no.
no, no.
Let me finish my statement. Okay. So that means what I'm saying that if they can go ahead with C4 to fulfill all the functionalities. Okay. And the best advantage, the trump card, what we are going to say that only the cost, right? That's the only trump card when we're talking to the customer.
The cost, the maintenance, and the implementation time. Three factors.
That's only overall together it's a cost. Basically, the implementation time, number of days, you have to pay number of days. Okay, maintenance, servers, you need to pay the cost. Okay, and
Correct.
your building, your people, and your electricity, everything, whatever you want. Okay, and so
Correct.
whole thing is like cost versus. I mean, only the cost is the base thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, got
And a quick question, Venkat, again. The integration part, there are two types of integrations, isn't it? If you want to connect to the on-site premises
Yes, Chandra.
to
Yes.
ECC,
yes.
those ones, there are other integrating even from IBM also like ESB. Can we
See,
consider those other
for,
third-party tools as well?
no, no, I'm telling. For C4C to ECC connectivity, there are only two integrators. One is the HANA Cloud integration, and other is the process integration or the PI.
Yes.
Now, the other third-party interfaces that you just now told are meant to integrate C4C with the other third-party applications, not with ECC directly.
Okay. I mean, which is
C4C will
not
get
possible.
connected to, it's not possible. It's not
Okay.
possible.
So in terms of the licenses, how does it really work? Client is happy to take license for the PI or whatever the other.
Again, it's the same question. If I am interested in HANA Cloud Integration HCI, then I just need to pay the cost per user per month. But if I go for PI, then I have to take up the complete server, the license, the hardware, everything is my responsibility then.
The C4C can connect to multiple systems to on-premises like ECC if they have CRM as well as any other.
Yes, you can connect C4C to ECC and CRM on-premise at the same time. You can.
Mhm. If they have two CRMs on premises, you think they can even connect two CRM systems?
See, SAP gives you a flexibility to connect to any on-premise systems, but I don't see a business need for you to connect to two CRM systems.
Okay, yeah.
There will be like some other scenarios like they will be have two different systems, but maybe temporary time being.
Yeah, there are actually, I've implemented two CRMs on premises, which is connected to one single ECC system actually.
Yeah,
For
But
ISU.
definitely C4C also gives you the flexibility. It's not that you
Okay.
cannot, it gives you the flexibility.
So
yeah,
what
but
is the strongest functionality within the C4C so far?
The complete sales process is there in C4C, Chandra. Shankar. Completely sales process end to end is there in C4C now.
What about services?
Services, you have the install base, you have the service ticketing process and the warranty and claims. But if you are looking for in-house repairs and all, then C4C doesn't have all that as of now.
Okay, I mean that is intended to be coming in the future anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is evolving. August 2015, SAP C4C just had sales orders and contracts. In November 2015, they evolved with CTI integration, offline mode of a salesman to work on C4C. All latest things have now come up again. So they're evolving very constantly.
What is the backend, I mean, language that they have been used? HTML5 and Java?
It is, I think it's mainly HTML5 and Java only, yes.
I think they have used bit of Silverlight as well, isn't it, from Microsoft?
Silverlight is one of the variants of the C4C front end.
Okay.
It is just one of the, I'll show you the screens, both of them. It is just one of the variants.
I mean, have you worked on CRM side much?
Yes.
Okay. What do you see the big differences?
In terms of CRM and C4C?
Yes, please. Yeah, I mean, in terms of UI.
From an end user point of view, if you ask me, it is using C4C UI is much easier than the web UI.
Do we have all these workflows, integration and all these?
Yes, yes, Shankar, they all are there.
Okay. Because the workflows is the most importantly in terms of service and sales.
In C4C, workflows are little different and little tweaking. It is, but certainly there. It's mainly used for approvals, notifications, email sending and all, but they are definitely there in C4C also.
Okay, okay, that's fine. And in terms of connectivity to ECC, towards finance also availability, anything connecting to the finance?
Once you get connected to ECC, you can have complete access. Even the funds management of C4C to ECC is there now.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'm done. If anybody wants to have a questions, no problem.
Venkat, you can start. Nothing from my side.
Okay.
Thank you, Venkat, once again.
No problem, Shankar. So we have seen in the previous session the overview of C4C, but for the benefit and for review of everybody, we'll just have a quick coverage of that. As we discussed, C4C comes with two variants. One is a Silverlight client and other is a HTML5 client. HTML5 client is mainly used by the end users, whereas Silverlight client is used for the administrative purposes. Okay. I'll just keep going on, and if you have any questions, you can definitely stop me. Right? Now, what are the main, now C4C covers you for sales, service, marketing and social media, and what are the different types of industry segments to which we have C4C solution as of now is, I'll just tell you. You have it for automotive, banking sectors, for chemical industry, for healthcare, high tech, for higher education, insurance, oil and gas, for professional services, public sector, retail and utilities. For all these industries, you have a C4C solution. That is in the social media, the industry sector and the sales and marketing side. Okay. Now, compared to the any standard C4 SAP implementation where we go with the ASAP methodology, C4C we have a different methodology called as launch methodology. Now, it will be a little rare case wherein we have a complete C4C standalone implementation. We generally to club it together with the integration either to ECC or CRM. If we are doing an SAP implementation of either ECC or CRM along with C4C, then the on-premise systems have to go with the ASAP methodology and C4C goes with the launch methodology. So to club these two together, SAP
what is the difference exactly between the launch methodology and ASAP?
ASAP methodology we all know very clearly. Very soon I'll show you what's the launch methodology and then we'll speak about the differences.
Okay.
Venkat, you told that you're going to provide some launch methodologies, documentation for us to read, but 2 weeks gone, you didn't provide anything.
We have just started the session officially from today, right? So after this session, I'll share that with you all.
Okay.
Good.
So SAP goes with when you have a combined development or implementation of C4C and the ECC or the CRM system. In that case, you have to follow both ASAP methodology and launch methodology. So SAP has come with a new methodology called as hybrid methodology, which will be a mix of both these two scenarios, that is ASAP and launch. Okay.
Venkat, do you have any presentation for this as you are trying to explain something?
Yes, Shankar, I'm going there.
Okay, thank you.
So this is what you see in a launch methodology. So launch methodology of C4C or any cloud solution, it comes with 4 phases. One is the prepare phase, then the realize phase, then the verify, and then the launch. If I have to map it to the ASAP methodology, the prepare phase would be the business blueprinting. The realized phase will be the
Venkat,
development and unit testing.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Venkat, are you?
Venkat, are you sharing the PPT? So we can't see, nobody can see the PPT on the screen. Can you just
My
share?
screen is not in share mode.
No, we can't see anything. It's a blank screen.
Just a second. Are you able to see my screen now?
Not it. Still a blank screen. Yeah, now hopefully, yeah, you can see not the PPT, but I can see there's some screen change. Okay, yeah, now you can see.
Is everybody able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Venkat, instead of sharing the screen, can you share just the PPT itself? It'll be easy.
Okay.
I mean, not sending it to us, only with the PPT screen, PPT application.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. Because it can be a big screen, one screen for us, rather than seeing the whole lot.
Are you able to see the screen, only the PPT?
Actually, it's just come up and gone again.
Okay. Wait for a minute. If you're able to see, just let me know.
No problem. You know, while you're talking, if we see something, it'll be much better, isn't it, Venkat?
Definitely. I was thinking my screen is already being shared.
So no.
Are you able to see my screen?
Well, as of now, no.
Not yet. Otherwise, you can go with the same old one.
Yeah, go ahead with the old one.
I think I have to go with the entire screen only.
Okay, no problem. Sorry about that.
Venkat, I'll make you the presenter again. You try to share the screen, okay?
Hello?
Yes, Venkat?
Yeah, I was just dropped out of the call. I just joined back.
Okay.
Just a second. I'm trying to share the screen again. Is Sana there in the call by any chance?
Should be Sana should be there. I can see her.
I'm trying to share my screen, but it says that I'm not a presenter, so I cannot share. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Actually, you got offline, Venkat.
Yeah, how do I come back, Sana?
You just come out of the meeting and join again, okay?
Okay, I'll exit and join again.
Yeah, okay.
So guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Venkat.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So this is the launch methodology that we were talking about.
Okay.
Okay. So if I have to map each and every phase of this to our ASAP methodology, then prepare goes with the business blueprinting, realize goes with development and unit testing, verify goes with integration testing and UAT, and then finally you have the launch, which will be the cutover and the go live activities. Okay. Now, what all activities are performed in each of these phases are the project management goes from the beginning till the end. So it is there in all the phases. Now, in business in prepare phase, you do the solution design and the integration preparation. Okay. If you see, there are 4 green colored tick marks. One is project verification, then solution acceptance, then readiness acceptance, and then finally go live. These 4 tick marks are called as the 4 quality gates or the Q gates. Now they are present at the end of every phase. That is, soon after the prepare phase, we have to show the customer the solution design and the integration preparation. That is where he will sign off the activity called as project verification. That Q gate will get completed. In realize phase, you do the solution configuration, then you do a solution walkthrough to the client, and then you have the data migration activity started off. So that is where after seeing the solution walkthrough, the client will complete the activity called as solution acceptance. That is a second quality gate or the Q gate. Clear? Then in the verify phase, that is the phase where you have to bring in the complete master data, you have to show the complete testing to the client, you have to set up the integration and start the master data delta flow, initial flow and all. So all that you set up, and then you show also the cutover planning, how you plan to go for production release. And that is where after seeing all that, the third quality gate, that is readiness acceptance, is signed off. The name itself says project verification, which means that our requirement gathering phase is completed and we are understood with the project requirements. Solution acceptance means the solution that we propose to the client for his requirements is accepted by the client. Then readiness acceptance means our solution development configuration, everything is done. We have downloaded the master data and did the unit testing and acceptance testing, and we are ready with the for the go live. So that is readiness acceptance. And then last the phase is the launch phase, where you have the solution adaptation, you do the cutover activities, and you finally hand over the production tenant to the client. So that is where the go live Q gate is completed. So these are the different activities that we have to perform as part of the launch methodology. Unlike our CRM on-premise or ECC systems implementation, where you prepare a business blueprint document, then you prepare function specifications, you prepare technical specifications, all those documentation work is not there in C4C, because C4C itself will give you the complete list of activities that you are supposed to perform for your requirements based on the scoping. Now, what is scoping? We'll see in the coming slides.
Venkat, quick question.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of the development of every, they have a Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I would hear you. Tell me.
Yeah, in the development part, any enhancements, customer, every implementation have a major developments or enhancements within the, they don't want to have a like out of box, even though
Right.
the full requirement fulfills the out of the box as well, but still
Right.
there will be some. But in terms of the C4C, how good it is to reduce the enhancements going for the best practices?
If you are using the best practices, it covers most of the functionality that the client wants. See, C4C is a very thin application. right? It is not like our cumbersome CRM application where everything can be adjusted. It's a very lightweight, thin application. It's a small tunnel kind of, and client's requirements is a huge ocean kind of. So it is the consultant's job to bring in his complete huge requirements to fit into this small tunnel.
Okay.
You have to tell him, you have to explain or convince your customer that whatever is his requirements, it can be achieved in C4C through the given solution. Yes, there are some enhancements in terms of adding new fields, setting up workflow rules, setting up approval processes. All those things are definitely doable. It's not that we cannot do them. It is doable, but best practices is always very much it fits the needs of the customer.
Yeah, well, as per the new enhancements, I mean, how easy it is, as you said, that creating a new field, creating a new structure or a new tables immediately.
Creating a new field in the screen for adding a text or anything like that, it can be done within 5 minutes by a functional consultant. It is much more easier than the AET of our web UI.
Okay.
But if the client wants some validation or some code changing happening for that new field, if he wants to tweak some new processes itself, then those things have to be done using the SDK.
Again, we need to have a Java knowledge. As a,
You need to have Java or HTML5 knowledge. It is not about ABAP. It is about Java and HTML5 knowledge that is needed for doing a customization for C4C.
So I am a functional consultant basically. I mean, how good knowledge or you know, what kind of a knowledge do I need towards the Java to understand the technology of this Java implementation? If any enhancements comes on site
From a
after
functional standpoint, I give you a very typical example. Okay, adding a new field to a screen on C4C is very straightforward, pretty simple. It is a matter of 5 minutes.
It's also pretty simple even in CRM, existing CRM.
That's what I'm saying. It is much simpler than AET also. It is much simpler than AET as well. Okay. Now, say for example, you have a requirement that in the customer creation screen or in the account creation screen, the client wants a new text field to make a note of some text into that, a free text. And he wants this information to be visible in the notes block of the customer and ECC system.
Okay.
So what it means is you need to send the data from C4C to ECC through the HCI, HANA Cloud Integration.
Okay.
Adding a field is pretty simple. You can do that.
Yes.
But would you actually get involved into the coding for movement of data from C4C to ECC? You would not do that.
Okay.
You are a functional consultant.
As a functional, no, but in terms of debugging, for example, within the CRM, we have lots of BAPIs and function modules where you can put a breakpoint and look at what is really going on within the Z program, whatever it is. But how does really it works towards the C4C? Say, I should really need a little bit of technical knowledge as well, isn't it? Being a functional, just to know what
I would not recommend that, because having at least ABAP knowledge is fair enough. That is what we have been doing for years.
That's right.
Now, not the Java side. C4C does not depend on ABAP, it depends on SDK.
Yes.
So you need to certainly depend on strong technical consultants, but it's not that you put some breakpoint and start debugging. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. This is what we have been doing so far. So that means it's better to have some kind of Java knowledge as well.
That's what I'm saying. You do not need to have a Java knowledge or anything, but you need to depend on a strong technical consultant.
Which is a bit seems to be not flexible or viable.
Because, see, that is where SAP recommends not to do any changes, because whatever needs of the customer are there, if you want any further changes, you raise it to SAP, they would do it for you. Because C4C runs on a tenant concept, it doesn't run on a server concept. Right? Your C4C tenant would be hosted on a system in SAP. On the same system, there are multiple more tenants from other vendors or other clients. So if you have,
tenant is nothing but a virtual machine, isn't it? It's like an image.
it's like an image.
Yeah.
But if you do any changes to your tenant, that is, if you get the needed access and if you are doing any changes to your tenant, it will affect all the other tenants that are there on that system.
Oh, okay, okay. It's like a sharing the whole application.
I'll tell you the architecture of C4C, how SAP has given it. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
SAP is having 3 data centers across the globe.
Okay.
One, it is in the US. The second one is in Denmark, and the third one is in Australia.
Okay.
Now, each of these data centers.
We mentioned this in the first session, which is you don't need to repeat that anyway. And other question is like, you know, obviously I do not have a full knowledge of the cloud technology. Do you think a little bit of explanation about how the cloud technology, how the sharing of the application, the architecture works in terms of the, as you have explained that tenants, you know, you cannot change anything with the one tenant, other tenants gets affected.
No, Shankar, I'll tell you. Let me complete this in 5 minutes, and then probably your question will get cleared automatically.
Okay, okay.
The 3 data centers of SAP that are there, they have the systems. Okay. Now, all the tenants are hosted on those systems. Now, for a particular customer who comes for a C4C license, he would purchase the production license, and SAP would give the test tenant license free of cost.
Okay.
Now, the test tenant and the production tenant do not sit on the same system. They sit in different systems.
Of course, yeah.
If the client wants a dedicated additional test tenant, then he has to pay for that extra, and that additional test tenant would be sitting on the same system in which your original test tenant is sitting.
Okay.
Okay. So in this way, for every customer, there are additional tenants and test and production tenants which are hosted on the same system. Now,
it's like
if
hosting the server on the cloud.
Yeah, on the cloud. If SAP gives you access to do changes to your tenant at the back end, which is a very serious concern for SAP, then whatever changes you do would not only affect your tenant, but will affect the other tenants also.
So there are no scenarios where the client may need those changes for sure, you know, definitely in terms of the requirements. So if that is the case, how does it work?
If he needs those changes, then he has to go for something called as a private tenant.
Oh, okay.
When he takes a private tenant, then his tenant will be hosted in one system where there are no other tenants in that system.
Okay. It's like a hosting on the cloud again. Yeah, same.
Yes. Once you have a private tenant, then you do whatever changes you want. If you want to rebuild the entire C4C application, SAP will not bother.
So as of now, are you working with PwC, which, if you don't mind? I mean, how did, I mean, wherever you have implemented, how did they implement it? They have implemented as a private tenant or a sharing tenant?
They implemented as a public tenant. In my 2 implementations that we did in my current company, it was a public tenant, and we convinced the customer that all his processes that he needs, it could be covered in C4C standard. He does not need any enhancements to that. So that's what I said. It purely depends on your consulting, the person's consulting skills, because C4C is a small tunnel and client's business process is an ocean. You have to map the entire process to this tunnel.
That's right. Obviously, you need a full knowledge of the entire whole functionality of the C4C, isn't it? Every part of the functions and everything. I mean, yeah, even CRM, they have been saying the same thing that, you know, you don't need much enhancement. But when you implement a new greenfield project or whatever it is, you still have a lots of enhancement comes in picture.
That's true. That's true. But C4C, at least it being a lightweight, see, basically it's the mindset of the client also. When I'm taking a CRM on-premise system, I'm investing in crores. So anything that I want, I will demand the consultant to do it. I am not ready to listen to anything else. In C4C, when the client is not having the pinch of the finance, when the cost is not high, he would also understand the ease by which a C4C application can be used, and he would tweak his business process to fit into C4C.
Okay.
It is purely the consultant's job to avoid doing enhancements and
See, as a
brainwash the
functional, how easy.
Venkat, sorry, I want to disturb you because we are probably maybe others getting bored because we are not moving further. Just we are discussing.
Certainly.
Okay, this all
Sorry,
depends on
thank you.
consultant skills and those things. Okay, let us know the features what we have. Then once we finish the PPT, then we can at the end we can ask questions. That's better.
I would really prefer that, Chandra. Let's park the
Yeah.
questions aside till the end.
Yeah, please. That's better.
Thank you, Venkat.
Yes. So we'll continue. So this is how the launch methodology works, and these are the different activities that you're supposed to perform for a C4C application. Okay. Now, as we said, there are different tenants, a public tenant, private tenant, and all that. And the C4C application is completely maintained by SAP. You have to just configure and do the go live. Now, how does a typical C4C application works is, as a functional consultant, I configure the complete application. I do a go live, and then when I'm doing before doing the go live, as part of my train the user program, I will create few administrators in the client side. Okay, those administrators are the people who are going to maintain the C4C application. If they have any issues, then they will raise a ticket from C4C itself to SAP. Now in our CRM system, when we have any issues, we have to raise a ticket. What we do is we log into service marketplace, and then we create a ticket, we open the connection to SAP and all that stuff. In C4C, all that is not there. You have the instant ticket creation in C4C application itself. You just create a ticket and assign it to SAP, and they would take care of the job from there. That is how the C4C ticketing process works.
You meant to say that no more voices note creation.
No more versus note creation. Anyways, I'm going to show the complete C4C. Let me show you the ticketing part where it's coming. Just give me a minute. So this is the HTML version of C4C that you're seeing in my screen now. Okay, this blue color, the ones on the top, feed, customers, people, marketing, all these are called as the views or the work centers or the tabs. Okay.
So this is the HTML is user screen, right? User
Yeah, this
can see
is the
that.
HTML user screen. This is the screen that you would see from a end user perspective.
Okay, that's
Now on the left side, you see a few buttons. These are called as the toolbars. They are also in web UI, we have the quick links, right?
Yeah.
This toolbar is of the same concept. Whatever be your view in the main screen, this toolbar will always be there. At
Yeah,
any
which is like
point
a
in time,
navigation bar.
it's not even a navigation bar, Shankar. It's a quick link.
Oh, quick link. Okay.
For example, if I am in deep somewhere in a ticket creation process and suddenly I have to create a lead, I do not have to navigate to sales and then go to lead. I can directly click on this toolbar lead icon and I can start creating a lead. Okay,
So those
so
ones are configurable?
yes, this is configurable, yes.
Hmm.
So this is called as a toolbars, and on the
Very good.
top you have the work centers or the views, and
Very good.
on the right side you see tags, shelf, help center and all. These are called as a panes.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think you say better to note everyone that don't look at the CRM web UI screen model. With that eyes. So I mean not now. When we're going further, everyone gets stuck with the idea like I mean looking at the CRM UI screens, and we think that it would be same on C4C, but it's not never the same, right?
It is never the same.
Yeah, that's what I want to say to everyone, because everyone from CRM background, and we always look at web UI, and when we're looking at this screen, we think that where is the navigation bar, or where is the how can we configure those things. I mean,
Our CRM web UI is entirely different from C4C. Don't try to correlate, as Chandra said, where is my work center, where is my view, where is my header, where is my item details. Don't see on those lines. Okay.
That is right. At the end of the day, all we need is a direct link or just a link to the function. That's all we need, is whether it is a
I
master
was
data
trying
link
to,
or
so I was,
function.
Shankar, I was
Uh,
trying to showcase his toolbars and tell you about quick links, because it,
okay.
see, say in our on-premise web UI, I am into some campaign view. I am in
Uh,
middle of a campaign, and
mm,
all of a sudden I need to create a customer.
mm,
I can just go to the quick links, create customer, and create a customer, right?
okay.
So that quick link is going to be seen on your screen irrespective of any view that you are into.
Uh-huh.
So I am trying to correlate that here. This toolbar will be there always.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to create an account or an opportunity or a, order or anything, or an appointment or an email, you do not have to navigate inside that view or a tab. You can just click on this toolbar button and it gets created for you. It opens up at least. Okay. Now coming to our discussion of how do we create a ticket, the OSS message which we call in our CRM on premises, you have something called as help center here. You click on this help center and you can report an incident. Okay. Now suppose you are working on a particular view and you are having some issues in that view. Then when you click in that particular view itself, if you click on this report incident, automatically a screenshot of that view gets attached to the ticket.
Yeah.
Am I clear?
Yeah, understand.
You do not have to take a screenshot, put it in a Word document, attach to the OSS message. Wherever you are facing the issue, over there itself you create a ticket. That snapshot automatically gets assigned to the ticket. Okay. Now, when I'm trying to create a ticket, I'll show you how do you assign this ticket to SAP. So this is how you shows where the issue is. You attach the screen, automatically screen gets attached. You give a description and then you tell what it is to be this thing. And then if you say direct forward, then you can see the message. You can forward it directly to provider using this button, means you are sending this issue directly to SAP. Now just few minutes back, as I told, as an implementation vendor, you would do the complete configuration, then you do a go live, and before go live, you train some people from the client side as administrators, and there'll be rest of the people who are the end users. Now, end users, when they raise a ticket, they have to click on the submit button so that it comes to the administrator. If the administrator is unable to resolve the ticket, then he would create another ticket wherein he clicks on this direct forward, which will send this message directly to SAP. Is it so far clear?
Yes.
Now I'll show you what is a Silverlight client. This Silverlight client is completely used only for administrative purposes. As an end user, we do not give access to the Silverlight client to the end users. We block it. It's only for administrator mode. Okay.
Venkat, this the administrators are like support consultants, which will be they, where they'll be supporting the after implementation of C4C.
Yes. It is the administrators, correct.
B for you.
Sorry?
B for you, isn't it? Business as usual. And support team, I believe.
The support team, yes. Support team, basically support team.
Venkat is saying business as usual.
Yeah, business as usual, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is the Silverlight client, and again here also you have the same things. On the top you have all the work centers, and inside those work centers you have the work center views. On the right side you have the toolbars. On the left side you have the toolbars, and on the right side you have the panes. Okay. Here also you have the same thing, help center, wherein you want to raise a ticket, you can raise a ticket to SAP.
1 minute. Can you open the simultaneously the user screen also, no, Venkat? We can compare just.
See, I have logged in on both the application administrator, so you'll see the same thing on both the screens.
Okay. There is not much difference. Okay.
Sorry, Venkat, I was disconnected. Sorry, I was
Any role here, security and authorization team for us to have more authorizations, or directly we need to raise the ticket with SAP to get more authorizations? Is there some concept like that?
There are the same concepts like business roles and authorizations. So the administrator of your client would have the complete access, and he would decide upon what kind of access should be given to the users. If a particular user wants more access, he has to reach out to the administrator, not to SAP.
Venkat, John here.
Yeah.
Venkat,
Yeah.
may I know how much time it will going to take the class session? Any idea plan?
For another 20 minutes.
Sorry, more?
Another 20 minutes for today.
That's all. The 20 minutes you are going to end up the session, right?
Yeah, it is from India time 2:30 to 4 every Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, fine. But I will encourage you, right? You can mute all the participants' voice so that at the end of the session you can open it. And normally this is the way we do in the trainer.
John, but I cannot mute. It is they who have to mute.
Yes. No. They have the software like they can mute it. The presenter Sana, she can do that. She can do the mute.
I do not have access to mute everybody.
No. You can ask Sana because it is prolonging, and subject matter I am not getting. So okay, that is very fruitful also the discussions and all. But we can have rather at the end of the session because
John,
they have some other things to work.
So, John, okay. I understand your time.
I want to have my point of time should be efficient. I agree with them, everyone, even you also. But please, if it is
please listen to me. This is the first session, so it was a little, a kind of discussion. But going forward from tomorrow, it is going to be exclusively C4C session only. No other things to discuss.
Yeah, sure. Okay, please. Thank you.
Tomorrow we are
questions were like a basic questions, isn't it, Venkat? Fundamental questions. That's what we need to be cleared before going ahead our next session. That is the only thing. That's why we are
only for that purpose. Right, Shankar. I agree with you. That's why we are done.
I agree. Because I thought that we had in a demo session, but it's okay. It is a continuation. Like I agree. Yeah, that is true.
Tomorrow onwards, we are exclusively on C4C only.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Please.
Sorry, John. For you, you think it's
no, not at all. Please. You are welcome.
Make it the first demo session itself, and I don't think the demo session is much been covered or whatever it is what he is covering now.
Okay, fine. Because I thought he is going to have exclusive on C4C, but he is again going on OOV again this today also. It's okay, fine. Go ahead.
I believe there will be a fundamental questions will be coming anyway. So no problem. Carry on, and that would be the best anyway. At the end of the session, everybody can ask and write down the questions what needs to be asked.
Exactly.
Right. Venkat, so, totally how many? I mean, just because John is asking, so I just want to confirm everyone in the forum. How many sessions you are going to conduct, and how? I mean, how we are gut feeling how many sessions you can finish everything?
5 weekend session with total 10 sessions.
10 sessions. Every session with 1.5 hours is a normal time.
Yes.
5 weekend sessions. Okay.
Can we do that? I mean, is it possible? Because
Yeah, it is it really practically viable to cover the whole whatever you would like to be covered?
Shankar, this session or this training on C4C is intended to give an overview of complete C4C and the needed configuration project settings that has to be done, which is as recommended by SAP Learning Hub.
Okay.
We
So
are
you
not going to cover the advanced topics of C4C here, like the enterprise extended architecture, the CTI integration, all that we are not going to cover here. We are going to cover here the standard processes of sales, service, marketing, the needed basic configuration, the way we have the base configuration of CRM, and the project implementation scopes.
Okay. I mean, if we wanted to have that advanced level of training, it's going to be like a separate session or separate training sessions?
See, people who get onto this C4C session understand this much of what we are going to cover in this complete sessions.
Yeah.
Then after this, we have various wonderful documents which I have with me. If anyone wants, they can reach out to me and I can share them. That's not a problem.
It will be really great and helpful, obviously, if we
I will share all the documentation after the complete training is over.
Yes.
After all the 5 weekends training is over, I'll share all the documents.
Yeah, you can mail it to everyone. You can mail it to Sana, you can mail it to everyone. That's better to get.
Yes, yes.
Regarding lastly, system access, Venkat, system access.
I will be sharing system access today after this session.
Okay,
fine.
Great. Thanks a lot.
I am going to share a system access with only the sales user roles. I am not going to share the admin roles to you all because, like you, there are quite a few other students who are also practicing on the same system. So I cannot give admin rights to anybody.
Admin, nothing but you said support role. I mean, is there anything called like a configurer or functional role?
See, it's not that a configurer or functional role. I am going to give you a sales representative role. So what all activities you need to perform as a salesman, you would have access to that for sure.
Which is like an end user, but we wanted the backend configuration, what can be done, isn't it?
Yes.
If I open up the backend configuration, you would be seeing it, but some others may try to screw it.
Then what is the point of not having a hands-on experience or hands-on?
Access with the display mode, not with edit mode.
Okay.
I'll give you access only display mode.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But at least if you would be able to explain where it can be done.
I'll explain for sure. I'll explain for sure. Don't worry.
Okay.
So as an end user, as we can imagine it as an end user, but we couldn't able to configure anything. That is what, Venkat, your point?
Yes.
Yeah. But you are going to provide a screenshot later point of time. Yeah. Fine.
Please give me 1 minute. I need to plug in my laptop on a charger. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, please. Configurations.
Yeah, I am back now. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. We were complaining about integration, configuration side. At least we thought we would be having a hands-on chances to have do some basic configuration, some fundamental configuration, like how we
the access that I give you, it would have access to the configuration, but you cannot do changes to that.
Okay.
You would have.
That means you are saying that we can log into Silverlight screen, but we can navigate to the adding the scope and task. I mean, we can't change the scope, but we can only see what are the scope and what are the what are the different plans basically,
Yes.
right?
What are
But
functions
it's
available? You
already
can see all
there.
that.
Probably we can look into that.
Yes, you can see all that.
That will give you a good idea, I believe.
That will definitely be a fair idea of how things are in C4C.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Thank you.
So having spoken about C4C, the architecture, the methodology of implementation, everything, now next we have to come up with the most important topic of C4C, that is called as scoping. Now, what do you mean by scoping in C4C is mapping the client requirements to C4C's business processes is called scoping. This is the very first step of your implementation project. Your project starts with scoping. Now, what you do in business blueprinting in conventional on-premise system is you try to understand the client's requirements, make a note of all his requirements in Excel sheet or some tool, and then you see what is standard out of the box, what is customization, what is configuration and all, right? So those documentation work is not there, and you directly map the client's complete requirements into C4C in a phase called scoping. That is what is the step called the solution design of your implementation methodology.
Can you open the scope screen, please? On the
I'll do that,
C4C.
but before that, let me cover a few things first.
Yeah.
Now, when as an end user, you try to go to the, when a company wants to have C4C implementation, what it does is it goes to SAP for licensing and users, right? So SAP will give the tenant URL the initial username and password. Okay. Now, as an implementation vendor, you need to catch out to the IT person from the client, take that URL, username and password. That is called the initial username and password, and then you log in into C4C. Then the very first step that you're supposed to do is, with that initial username and password, you log in and you create a service agent. The first business partner or the user that you would create in C4C would be your service agent. And after creating a service agent, with that you log out of the application, then you again log into C4C with the service agent role, and then you create an administrator. So
Venkat, your voice is echoing, Venkat.
Is it the same for everybody?
No.
For everyone. I think somebody is complaining, not for everyone, but somebody is complaining about the echo voice, but I don't know, but for us it's okay. It's fine.
So what I was talking is, with the initial username and password given, we have to first create a service agent and a password, then log out of C4C and then log in again as a service agent, and then create an administrator. So the first two business partners or the users that get created in C4C would be the service agent and then the administrator, right? After these two things are done, then you log in into the C4C application as an administrator, and you have to lock the initial username and password that was given to you by SAP. Once the initial username and password given is locked, you cannot reopen that again.
So service agent will be the closed, right?
First, you create a service agent.
Yeah.
See, you are given a initial username and password. Say the username is A. With that A username and password, you create a service agent, and then subsequently you create an administrator.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Then you log into C4C as an administrator, and you have to lock the initial username A.
The service agent will not be there, only administrator will give the all allocated roles. That's what.
No, service agent will still be there. You are going to lock the initial username password.
Okay.
Once you lock the initial username and password, then only two roles will be open in C4C, service agent and administrator.
Okay.
From there onwards, you have to continue all your activities.
But what is the use of service agent actually?
The service agent need is, in case you have forgotten your administrator username password for some reasons, the service agent role will allow you to unlock the administrator password.
If he forgets, ask a typical question. If he surgeon
You
forgets
have
about
to
that
make a
one,
note of that. You have to make a note of that then.
okay. So that can't be again. We can't do anything. That should be mandatory. They should know the
Because
password.
initial username password once logged, you can never unlock it.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, for me, okay.
So from that administrator role, then you start the scoping activities. For today, I'll just show you the screen of scoping. Just a second. Under the business configuration work center, you have a view called as implementation projects. I click on that. And this is my implementation project, which is created to me by SAP itself. We do not have to do this. Once this is created, you click on edit project scope. So this is your scoping process. I hope you're all able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can. I can see. But I don't know.
This is the scoping process, which will have, you have to first select what is the country for which you are doing implementation, and then what is the type of business, and then you have to do what is implementation focus, then you do scoping, then you have something called as questions, then review and confirmation. So these are the 6 stages of the scoping process. Is it okay? If so far you have any questions, you can ask me. What I plan for tomorrow is to complete the scoping, the questionnaire, and the project implementation strategy. I want to cover these topics tomorrow. For today, I don't want to start the next 3 minutes scoping because we cannot complete scoping in 3 minutes. So for now, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Venkat,
Yes.
in terms of integration between the third-party applications like a CTI, how good it is, and is it like quick and easy? It can be done. There, only as of now with CRM, there are very limited vendors are available to integrate interaction center with CTI.
With
With
C4C,
yeah.
with C4C, SAP has come up with adapters.
Uh-huh.
So the adapters and plugins of C4C are standard available for CTA integration. This integration availability has come from 2015 November onwards.
Uh-huh. Okay. And also within the marketing functionality, how good it is? Obviously, CRM is meant to be for more customer-oriented processes to be covered. So I mean, how is it same as the CRM 7, the whole marketing functionality, or is it different?
It is not as robust as CRM 7 marketing because CRM 7 marketing includes trade promotion optimization, trade promotions, trade fund management and all.
That's
so
right.
Those things are not yet there in C4C.
I mean,
as of now,
well,
C4C marketing covers only campaign execution and leads, nothing beyond that.
Okay. Even the campaign, you said that it is is it quite robust? I mean, like, it's completely stable?
It is stable, yes. The campaigns and the leads and are pretty stable.
Okay. And in terms of the campaign side, the segmentation, and we have a quite few high volume segmentation and low volume segmentation. How, if we wanted to implement the high volume in CRM,
those features of segmentation, high volume, low volume are not included into C4C. They just have segmentation, target groups, and campaigns. That's it.
I mean, how good it is in terms of that segmentation or creating a target group functionality?
It is pretty robust and good.
Okay. Uh, any statistics as of
In
now? I
fact,
mean,
I
any
mean to say
limitation?
this C4C 10, this the document, PDF document, which just now you are showing us in the front of screeners.
I will that's actually SAP press material which I would share only after the end of the complete training, not before that.
Venkat,
Yeah.
the question is like now you're
Venkat, is it like we need to prepare for the certification? So is there any chance to have this document beforehand?
Are you planning to give a certification before training gets over?
Yes.
I will share this material for sure with you, but after the entire training.
Venkat, question is that now you were talking about hybrids also, okay? So now SAP is promoting hybrids as a hybrid solution. So you attach C4C and the hybrid solution. So together, they basically, I mean, as a positioning as a complete solution. Okay, so like you do catalog management, everything online. Customer goes and online does
Correct.
I mean, creation of orders coming with C4C backend and with the C4C including that. So there is a connectivity between hybrids and C4C. Then backend, still they are saying either CRM or ECC. So still they're not saying not implement, but implement backend these things. So that will be the complete solution for that. Okay. So but
Right.
hybrids, I mean I worked in integration in the hybrids and CRM side, but in the hybrids basically. Can you go through a bit ahead because I think you worked in hybrids and you're telling you are also going to providing the hybrids training. But looking at the going forward, as it SAP, along with SAP C4C, hybrids is going to have a major impact. I mean, the way SAP C4 is implemented, same time people go for C4. I mean, hybrids also because that's going to, I mean, whatever the solutions what we have right now on the.
Even I am slowly evolving and trying to learn further on hybrids. This
Okay.
question probably I would answer after a little while from now. Even I am trying to understand how we can fit hybrids into C4C and ECC.
Okay. But our hybrid is completely different, different thing, no? Like, not we don't have functional and technical kind of thing there.
It is more of a hybrids again, more on the Java side rather than the SAP, CRM, ABAP, and all functional technical. It is more
Okay.
on a Java stack. So
Okay.
again, all this technology that were probably in the year 2002, 2003, Java and everything J2 was very hot. So
Okay.
now again the SAP market is going back to Java side.
Yeah.
So your question probably I can answer after a little while because even I am trying to evolve further on hybrids.
Okay.
Venkat, in terms of a architecture, how these integration architecture works between different systems and how the landscape will be normally. You may have covered already in the demo session, which I have not really attended much. So if you don't mind.
See, the architecture landscape, if you look at our on-premise systems would say it needs a development, a quality and a production system. But in C4C, you just have a test tenant and a production tenant. Only two tenants would be there. The client pays a production tenant and the test tenant comes free of cost. Okay, so there is no concept like transport request movement and a TR movement and all. You configure everything on a test tenant. You do unit testing, integration testing, acceptance testing, everything on test tenant only. And then from test tenant, you raise a request to SAP for creation of a production tenant. Then whatever configuration is there in your test tenant, a copy of that would get created and that would be a production tenant.
Okay.
So
And
that is the
obviously,
landscape for C4C.
see if we have already on-site premises CRM and ECC, and if we want to implement a C4C, how good the data migration perspective, how it is works?
It has seamless integration of data flowing from the on-premise to C4C using the iDocs. The complete data flows to C4C through iDocs.
And the
Okay.
data migration, if you wanted to have a master data in C4C or a transactional data in C4C, how does it really work?
See, your transaction data would not come into C4C from ECC. For example, if your 100 sales orders created in C4C in ECC and you want all of them in C4C, that will not come. Okay. what data comes into is you have to copy the data, master data, employees, customers, sold to party, business party, and business ship to party, payers and all, org structure, the territories. All this data can flow from your on-premise, be it CRM or ECC, to the C4C system.
Okay. I mean, how this migration works strategy, like, we have boards within the SAP or LSMW you can use. How in C4C works?
It works on IDOCS concept.
Okay.
There's nothing like LSMW in C4C. It is purely based on IDOCS.
Okay. I mean, there's like anything like a tool within the C4C that you can map.
Not a tool, Shankar. It is a transaction. You have to go to BD10 transaction and specify the range of customers or employees that you want to transfer, and then they get transferred.
Okay.
So the IDOC get generated, they float to the HCI and then subsequently to C4C system, and those customers will be visible in C4C.
Okay.
So this is replacing the normal middleware thing, right? R3A, something like that?
Yes, it is completely out of middleware. You don't have that R3S middleware and all in this. It is purely based on HCI.
This HCI is easy to configure, or how complexity?
It's a task of a SAP PI consultant.
Okay.
It is he who has to configure HCI, not a CRM consultant.
Okay. So going forward, you think
any kind of error monitoring messages, some kind of monitoring of failed IDOCs, is there something which is monitored from C4C, or it will be done some by other team?
In ECC or CRM, when you are generating an IDOC, that IDOC comes to C4C as a messaging web message. So in C4C, there is an option to monitor the web services, web messages. There's something called as web service messaging monitor. You go to that and you can monitor if your messages have been processed successfully or not.
Do we have concept of interaction center here also?
Yes, that is why CT has come into place, right?
But okay. Now CT.
The CRM we have like a web client and interaction center client as well at the back end users and front end users.
You don't have anything like that. It is just the standard C4C front end. That's it.
C4C itself interaction center, right?
Yeah, that screen itself will work as interaction center also. Yes.
As well as the web client.
Once you have the CTI integration done, then you will see all those buttons, call, hold, close, and all those things. And then you would have your front end itself working as an IC agent role.
Normally, Venkat, this question like earlier, I mean, one thing you already answered that middleware, we don't have middleware. Right now, we have a different, what you call, what is the process you said instead of middleware downloading the customer?
HANA Cloud integration.
HCA, okay, HANA Cloud integration. Okay, HCA, you have that one. So that anyway, the functional consent will not involve much. Okay, it is only the technical guys will do all these things, right?
It is more of PI guy, not even a technical, it's a PI guy.
Yeah, it's a PI guy will do. And other thing also, when we do the, I mean, any problem comes, we try to, I mean, other thing you said like a SMW01, you got a web something else. Which one is you can see the errors and those things, right?
Right.
Which one you said that one? Instead of SMW01,
C4C, you have something called as web service messaging monitor. I'll just show that to you. You're seeing something? Web service messaging monitor.
Okay.
This is where it will show you all the messages, whether they're processed or errored out, all that you can see here.
Okay. If it's something we need to do debugging this thing, we can't do, right? It's again we need to.
No, you can't do any debugging here.
We need to have technical guys help why it's doing those things. Right?
It will only show you the message log as to why it has failed, and then you have to depend on technical guy for seeing why it has failed actually.
Okay.
Will it show at least the data?
If you are seeing my screen now, I have clicked on a message which has failed. This is what it shows. Error text is solve configuration codeless mapping for priority code. That's it.
Yeah, we got technical data also there, message ID and the.
That's it. That is all that you get here.
facing. That's it.
Okay.
So if you wanted to see what data this IDOC has, or how, where?
For this, you have to go. You have to note down the timestamp in which this message was generated. Go to BD87 in ECC, and in that timestamp, select the bill IDOC and check why it has failed.
Oh, you meant to say checking in the source system.
Yes.
Thanks, Venkat.
We'll close the session for today now. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
2:30, we'll sit again India time. We'll try to cover complete scoping and questions tomorrow. That is the topic for tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks, Venkat.
Lastly, this
Are
session
you sharing document? Document are you going to share?
Sorry?
yeah,
Can
make
you
it
please share
lastly.
the document?
Yeah, okay.
Please speak one by one, please.
Yeah, can you share the document, Venkat, please?
As I said, this PDF document I'll share after the complete training is over, not before that.
Okay. Venkat, lastly, John here.
John.
This system which you are showing is the real-time connected system or the C4C, or is it a, well, like IDAS, like how we have demo for enterprises demo system? Is it like that, sir?
Real-time connected system.
Oh, okay, good, fine, thank you. That's all. And the user access which you are going to provide us, is it a demo one, or is it, that is also a real-time?
That's a demo.
C4C?
That's a completely demo
Yeah,
system.
good, fine, okay. Thank you so much. That's all.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
No more questions?
Hello, Chandra. Hello.
Sana.
Yeah. Yeah, Shravan. So you're done with the session today, right? So I'll just pass on your email IDs to Venkat. He will be sending you the details of the server access and everything. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. Tomorrow, same time. Bye.
Anna?
Yeah. Yeah, Shankar.
John here. Do you provide for the UI5 training also? UI5?
Yeah, we do provide Shankar, and I'll just send you the details to your email ID. Okay.
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.